Hello everyone. Oof, it's been a while since I've recorded a match for you guys. Oh my god. And ever since the end of APC, this is gonna be the first match that I record after the end of the APC. I'm excited to be recording again. I took a nice good old break after the tournament because it was massive and I was super tired after it. But I think I'm back. Yeah, so get ready. The only thing, I wasn't really sure what to come back with. After the end of such an amazing tournament, I was like, oh, what match can I show you guys, or what video can I show you guys? So I looked through my notes and I was like, yes, we can do a video about Tesla because this guy, he's been doing stuff. So I hope this video doesn't end up being too long, but the plan is to cover 3 matches where he's faced top players in the global league. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with the match kind of slowly, but for those that don't know, Tesla is a player in the community that just happens to really like Adder. He just plays Adder. Doesn't matter if it's tier 4, 3, 2, 1. Hell, he'll probably even play tier 0, who knows. But for all we know, he just likes to pick Adder in any kind of match in the global league. He's a really good player. He has some unorthodox ways of playing, which we'll try to cover here. But yeah, he used to be like around 1200, 1300, that kind of area. I had done a little video which had 3 matches as well. I think I posted it like last year or something, but it kind of showcased Tesla, and it's a very funny character. He's a very good player. I think a lot of people underestimate him, and maybe he's here to show to us that Adder isn't really tier 4. Maybe he's here to tell us, look guys, you're all wrong. That Adder is actually, I don't know, tier 1, because he'll be facing people in any tier, against Von Bolt, against Hawk, against Max, and of course he doesn't win all of them, right? But he does do pretty well. Considering that he's only playing Adder, it's pretty insane that he can beat people above 1400 using Von Bolt or Max. It's pretty insane. And so here we have Tesla, of course, in Adder, both Black Hole, and we have Random Ways with Lash. So this is a tier 3 apparently. And Don't Drink the Water, a map made by Daddy Maxac. This map was also used in APC, but yeah, so down a tier, right? Maybe you could say that Adder in certain maps, maybe ones like this one, he could be considered tier 3. He sometimes is up tiered a bit, especially in mixed base and standard. So still, Lash is gonna be stronger. He's gonna interrupt. Well, no, actually, Randomly is gonna interrupt his own capture to interrupt over here to Tesla. But yeah, Lash should have the advantage overall. She's also really good in mixed base. Lots of terrain everywhere, pretty much. Not a lot of roads, really, right? So she's gonna have that extra 10 at least, pretty much everywhere. Lots of forest and 3-star terrains. I guess what else here could you go here for tier 3? Maybe, well, not Kindle, but yeah, I think Lash should be really fine. And Random Ways, he's a good player. He's beaten me, and he'll be beating, Starflash and all the other top players as well. Also another kind of unorthodox player, but he's really good. He's like, I think he's 1500. I'll have to post the thingy here, but I think he goes around 14 and 1500. And so he's up against Tesla. I don't know if he knows who Tesla is. Maybe he didn't and was surprised from this pick, but yeah. So let's get into the match a little bit. They're just gonna keep fighting over here, and Tesla gonna open a tank and artillery here on the 1 base, 1 airport side. Random Ways opens artillery on the strong side over here, the 2 base side, and then makes a defensive tank here. I think it was more so as in response to this tank. He thought it would go over here, so then he went to protect the infantry. Also, you do kind of need it because the 2 base is going to flood over here. I think artillery is good from this area. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, what's the game plan for Tesla, right? Being down a tier, maybe half a tier. We can say, you want to say half a tier? Let's say half a tier. The most important moment for Adder is going to be that power, right? That Adder's no, what is it called? The side slip. So he's going to want to make sure to position himself correctly and then make use of that very cheap power that he has with a +1 movement and plus stats to really catch you off guard and pretty much win you tactically, which is what Tesla does. He tends to go for greedy caps, although we haven't seen him go for many greedy caps. He hasn't even gone for this city, which a lot of people are doing that. I don't know why, but he's playing pretty conservative in this one. Again, it's like half a tier difference, maybe one or a half tier difference. So maybe he's playing more chill. He thinks it's more so even in the CO matchup wise. He's gonna lose. He lost an infantry here just trying to delay the city. Is it worth it? I don't know. Only Tesla will know. Randomways is gonna set up over here to, well, Tesla is gonna get it, but this setup is gonna be to like, okay, you get it, then I'm gonna blast it off and then start capturing it. It's also tricky because then the com tower is also being threatened. So tricky stuff. We're gonna get the double already here from Tesla to really lock down that com tower. He's gonna start flipping that. Again, I don't understand why people go for this city from this base. It always gets flipped, so I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I don't think it's pretty much worth it to lose unit count on this base for like an extra 1 or 2k. Yeah, I don't know. So, what is the plan for Randomways? Well, Randomways pretty much if he honestly can just stall it out slightly, or honestly he could also brawl it out. The thing is that the Adder power can be a problem, so you want to maybe do a controlled brawl, not an all-out brawling, because the infantry fights, Lash is going to be pretty strong, but that +1 movement is pretty devastating. So you can see him camping here in these mountains. Tesla can just sit on these cities as well, because Randomways is not going to be able to hit with any extra firepower. He's going to make an artillery over here. They're both making artilleries over here. He was probably somewhat scared from an arty lock from this base, but this arty was not set to be in range of it to lock it down yet, so more of a preemptive arty. So you can probably like either put it over here or somewhere in this area to kind of protect this base. And around this time in this map is when the 2 base starts to kind of push out, as we're seeing with this army from Randomways and a few straggler infantries over here, which are now going to be pointed out by this artillery from Tesla. And you can see the 2 base army here from Tesla. You just have a bunch of infantry, and it's all about whether you can split the army from these 2 bases, right? And on the contrary, if you can keep them together, right? Randomways wants to keep them together. And Tesla over here, no, he does not have them together. He's going to have them split. He's just going to defend here with Arty. I think he gave up that city. He's not going to get it, so gave it up to Randomways. Yeah, he's just gonna lock down the com tower. He really needs to keep it. One of the things that Adder needs to have is an extra com tower, so that when he uses the power, he gets that 120 firepower to break through. So it's gonna be very important for him. You're gonna get those infantry clears on cities, like on 3-star terrain, right? You can do boom, boom, you can start clearing. Without that com tower, he's not gonna be able to get it. So important that he keeps it. It looks like he's trying to threaten that com tower from Randomways a little bit. Randomways a little bit scared, puts the tank there. Yeah, no, I don't think you want to attack with this tank over here. So this is nice and secure. Just putting infantry on nice terrain. This tank on the city. It is out of range anyways, but anti-air for the copter. So it looks like Randomways is kind of happy with getting the city. He'll probably perhaps shift away and try to get this, and maybe start to push down onto this 1 base. That's a classic thing that happens here. This base can get overwhelmed pretty quickly, and it doesn't have the airport. And you can combine with your airport as well. It's actually 2, 4, 6. Okay, it's more than 2 turns away. But yeah, you can combine this army with your airport and this base, and you pretty much crush this base. So we'll see. Tesla is gonna kind of move away. None of these tanks were in range to hit this artillery, so he can spare a unit count here blocking. So that's going to be enough to keep that comm tower secure still. And he's going to kind of move this army over here, start capturing this base, and lock down here. They haven't fought a lot. It can be somewhat problematic. I think Tesla really wants to get that charge to start threatening the power, and Randomwise sees something here. There's this exposed tank that Tesla puts here, and no other vehicle to support it. Like, yeah, there is this one artillery, but then you can, like, you'll lose one tank, but you took out one, and you got a bunch of other shots off. So it's kind of we trade one tank, but I'm able to take away a lot of your army, because this army was going to be threatening the space. And so now look at, there's 1, 2, 3, well, it's like 6 healthy infantry. There's also 6 healthy infantry from Randomwise. So that's going to alleviate the pressure from the space a lot. So getting one nice turn there and actually converging this army, yeah, like I had just said, going for the city and then try to converge onto the, look at this little formation. Gonna go for that. And now we have these copters coming as well, so this base is under a lot of threat for Tesla. He could make a medium tank if he wanted to, but he also needs an anti because of the copters. So is Tesla dead right here? Like, he lost all his stuff. The thing is that, as I was saying, like, he didn't have charge, and now he does. So this might be some Tesla evolving right here, kind of pretending like, oh yeah, go and attack here. I didn't realize that that could happen, and now he does have the threat of the power, and Randomwise can't really threaten much with power, right? It's so expensive for Lash, and Tesla will easily get a power or two before Lash can even start threatening a prime tactics. So he's gonna take out that tank, so they traded one tank each, and then he's just gonna just attack some infantry, and that's pretty much it. All this anti and these 2 tanks are gonna be unharmed. Yeah, I guess this capture is not gonna go through because there isn't any supporting infantry. So, but it does take away 2 infantry from Tesla from this area that he would have wanted to support this base. Like, look at this line of infantry against just 4 poor little infantry. He's gonna make the famous double mech that he always likes to make on the 2 base. He always likes to make the 2 mechs holding hands from the 2 bases. I don't know, but he must know stuff that we don't. And so Randomwise, will he double down in this area? Again, we have that power from Adder. So he's gonna try to go and attack the artillery. And okay, gonna take a few more infantry. Also take these 2 out that took out 1. That was kind of a poor trade of infantry from Tesla. 2 for 1, and goes for both captures. And yeah, just converges all this army down here. And this tank is exposed to this mech. We'll see. But that other power can now come into play. Tesla is also locking down that base, since this army kind of went down here. And this copter had been a great wall, I forgot to mention. So I'm trying to not take too long in these matches because we have a lot to cover. But this copter is a great, I love doing this. I love when people do this. Just put a single copter and it wards away this whole army. Can't do anything because there's no anti-air. If there was an anti-air, then this could not be done. So the perfect wall here for this artillery to lock down that base on the previous turn. Really nice. So he went for a few more attacks to get some extra charge. It doesn't show up there with his block, but yeah. And now this tank is going to be able to reach here. Copters actually reaches here because I had said it's 3 turns, but it's 2 + 1 tile. So that makes this one reach there. All the infantry are going to get a +1. He's going to be able to snipe some of these infantry, so I'm going to get that to a KO there. Okay, now goes for the tank. And takes out that one. And just blocks this anti in there. Goes for his capture, goes for that one, interrupts. And okay, makes a tank here. So there's only 2 tanks, 1 anti that is late, and then another tank. So now has 2 artillery in position to lock down the space. He did use the copter to take out the mech because he didn't want the mech to kind of, I don't know, do stuff and attack the artillery, but it does mean, yeah, of course, anti can kill it, but you have 2 artilleries, so you'd be base plugging yourself, and then it gets taken out. So a good setup here, while still sending the rest of the army kind of in this area to support this space. So now all of a sudden, Random Waste got into that fight over here, gave him a little bit of charge, enough to get the power, and then enabled some good tactics to Tesla to get to that point that he wants. Maybe it doesn't look like in the unit value. He's also slightly behind in income. He does have a little bit of a unit lead. Doesn't matter too much because there's 4 bases, but the positioning, I feel like it's much better for Tesla right here. Not a lot of units over here from the weaker area from Random Waste, and while Tesla does, like, he has 4 tanks, many artillery, like so many artillery. Now he's starting to use artillery a lot, but you got this copter as well. So, and not a lot of high value units here from Random Waste. So he's gonna get some smacks over there. Gonna even, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Don't attack a copter with your infantry. You want your infantry alive. So he's gonna use terrain tactics actually to I'm not super sure why the terrain tactics didn't seem like it enabled much. I think maybe it's for this tank to reach this single forest, so then the tank couldn't attack this artillery. The thing is that Tesla can get another power, and he'll be able to break through, break this tank, and then attack the artillery anyways. So yeah, I'm not sure about that terrain tactics. And then he made a Neo tank as well. Also, very few of these units are protected by an anti-air. Yeah, and then he goes for that attack to get some charge. He's gonna try to squeeze out as much charge as he can, and then uses the power, and he's definitely gonna go for that breakthrough. Yeah, there you go, boom, boom. Mech attacks the artillery, boom. So not worth it to do the terrain tactics for that. Perhaps the artillery should have pulled back or something better now. And now that base is gone, double artillery is devastating. Very few units because Random Waste brawled it out too much in this area. Remember that I said in the beginning, maybe he wants to brawl, but just a very measured kind of brawl. Just a soft brawl, but not an all-out brawl, especially in the 2-base area. So now he has no units in this area. It looks like Tesla will be able to hold. There's just 3 vehicles here from Random Waste, while there's far more from Tesla. There's a new tank coming, but Tesla is saving up so he can make his own Neo tank if he wants next turn. And all these are going to retaliate next turn, right? They're going to injure all of these 3. Copter, yeah, it's going to injure that tank, but Copter's going to go down. Then you can attack the artillery. This artillery can shoot at this tank. So not a lot of supporting units, vehicles from Random Waste for when the Neo tank arrives, right? Classic thing, you want your tech ups to arrive with supporting units. If not, it's going to be shooting at infantry, or I don't know, it's going to get shot at by artillery. So that's most likely what's going to happen. Tesla's going to break through here, and yeah, this base is lost. There's nothing that Random Waste can do. So now you move on to the next stage in this map. At least for Tesla right now, it's actually just like defend. If he's able to defend this base, which he'll most likely be able to, that's it. He won. Like, it's just a matter of time at this point. He doesn't even have to be too precise or anything. He just has to defend the space, and in the long run, he'll have not only more income but more units, and he'll just pour everywhere in the map. He can go and take out this base or whatever. And there you go. You got the Neo tank now. Protects every single vehicle that's in range of this Neo tank. So there's nothing that Random Waste can do right now. Yeah, and he taps out. GG. So a case where it was even in the beginning, probably better for Random Waste with like little infantry fights, but Tesla taking it very conservatively, not going for greedy caps as he usually does, and then kind of pretending like, oh yeah, this is, I don't know, a bad positioning that I did with the tank. Random Waste maybe falls into the trap, gives him charge, although it seemed like a good engagement because he was able to get a bunch of trades. It gave him the charge enough to then start getting those adder powers. Also pretty overextended, not gonna lie, but it was able to get him some tactics, some fights over here, some fights over here, and then overall also getting the artillery, getting the lockdown on the base and defending the space. And yeah, just getting to that point where adder can somewhat pay off, which is with his power. So GG there, and we can move on to the next one. Okay, so maybe you were thinking, whatever, tier 3, right? Lash, Adder's tier 4, sometimes he's even tier 3. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Who is this Tesla guy? Who is he? Okay, sure, okay. I could show you a tier 2, but why? We could just jump into a tier 1 matchup of Tesla against the Red James. There's a tier 1, right? Adder against Sasha in this case. This map is another mixed base map, a very wild one. It's been on one of the America Cups. But yeah, and the Red James he's a really good player. He's a really good live player. He's also pretty good in async as well. So let's get into it as well. To be fair, probably in all of the tier 1 COs, Sasha is probably Adder's favorite to fight against, right? Because her market crash is not gonna do too much to Adder since his power is really cheap, so it's not gonna. Oh, as we see already, Tesla going for some greedy caps. Look at that. Now he has to go for greedy caps. In the last game, he could afford not to, but this time he kind of has to. So Red James gonna allow it as well. But yeah, Sasha's not gonna do too much to Adder, so it I guess it kind of evens the playing field or something like that. Because if it were like Von Bolt, if it were Hog, or well, Javier is not allowed, right? It's two towers. But I don't know, maybe Max. For some reason, Max is considered tier 1 here, although there's debates whether if he is or not. But what Sasha does have is that extra funds that is going to help a lot. She's able to get a freaking copter this early. Granted, these airports are all pre-captured, so that does help. But this map was wild. Usually your 2 base is your strong side, but I've heard a lot of people say that this is your weak side, and I've actually made a video about this map, and it's crazy. The 2 base went down. There was a full trade of the 2 bases, but there's other matches where this trade is pretty wild. You have double airport, so crazy map. This one is also made by Daddy Maxac. He really likes his mixed base maps. So game plan here for Tesla, gotta rush those caps. He is putting himself down on income against someone that has extra income, but he can't just play conservatively like last time, right? He needs to do some stuff, or else Sasha is just gonna have 10% more stuff, more income, and more vehicles. And having a few extra vehicles early is more than 10%, right? If you have, I don't know, 4 tanks against 2, it's like, whoa, what the? There's certain breakthroughs there that are very important. So he's gonna make a copter over here. It's gonna be his first vehicle. Maybe someone in response to this copter, if it decided to go down, which it now forced to go up. This copter is also gonna stop a bunch of these caps from the Red James. But he is also gonna have the funds necessary to make an anti-air. Oh, okay, in that base. So I guess they're all protected, but the Red James could go and hit this infantry for free if he so wants to. But he will need to make an anti-air in this area, although I won't be able to reach any of these captures. So kind of stopping these 2 captures pretty nicely with this copter, already getting some damage in. Oh, the copter decides to go and attack this other infantry instead. Okay. I don't think it would have gotten trapped here, but maybe it was so. I guess it stops this capture from going through, so that's good. That's a much better option, yeah. So yeah, penguins have to kind of park over here, scared of the whoa, and makes no anti-air. Okay, so he's kind of like all in this area. So he makes a tank so as to defend from this anti-air. He already had a tank over here, but because the copter's now swinging over to this side. I mean, I think this is not necessary. This tank could have been an anti-air in this area instead. Like, copter can just swing back if the anti-air goes to this area, right? But that's what he decided to do. So Tesla is going to get a little bit of free damage here onto this little penguin. uncertain as to why he does it from the mountain, because he could have done it from this forest, which would stop this penguin from sacrificing itself and interrupting that capture. But he's gonna go for that. Okay, so maybe that's why he went to make that tank, to try to respond to his anti-air attacking this infantry. Can he break through here though? We'll have to see. So, oh, okay, he does. Okay, yeah, that's really nice. He goes and he attacks there. Look at that charge go up again. Remember that charge? It's that side slip. That's the timing of Tesla. There goes a sacrifice. Still exposing a bunch of little penguins over here. So this copter is getting away with a lot. So that's pretty strong. I think getting more value than this copter perhaps. Now it's gonna somewhat go down, charge slowly going up. We'll see which one gets it first, right? It's very important, the timing here, so they have to be very careful as to manage that charge, because if the Red James gets it first, then Tesla gets all the charge dropped down pretty low. I don't remember how it works, but yeah, it drains your charge. So Tesla has to be extra careful here. He wants to be the first one to get that side slip. So he's gonna try to make sure that nothing of value can be hit to get charge. He's pretty close to it though. I can't really see because of this thing. And here we go. We got a mech here from Tesla. We got another mech over here. This time they're not holding hands from the 2-base. Well, this one was made for the 2-base, so it's something. It's something. Red James is gonna go for that com tower uninterrupted. He's gonna sacrifice another penguin just for the sake of it. Probably gonna send another one. So this is something that I've seen a lot. People just like sacrifice their infantry in the 2-base just to stop captures over here and just let them get shot at by copters and tanks and stuff. Kind of like all-inning on the other side. And so he does. Actually, the Red James does get enough for that market crash from the taking out that anti-air. That's gonna give him enough firepower to take out this infantry. So actually stops that capture. And okay, I guess that protects everything from the copter except for this infantry. So it lost a lot of infantry here. The Red James lost like what, 2, maybe 3 infantry to the single copter. Very strong, this copter. So now Tesla's like, I couldn't get that power. And okay, he's gonna go for some attacks over here, exposing that mech. So can this tank break through? No, he can't. Red James doesn't have the units for the tank to reach the anti-air. So that's a pretty big deal. And he makes a tank also to respond. If the tank attacks from the city onto this mech, then he can attack it with a tank. So looking pretty solid here, although really low in numbers as well for Tesla. It's like it's not looking great for both of them on the 2-base sides. So we have another copter here coming from Tesla. We'll see what their approach is, whether they decide to all in on the opponent's 2-base side. It is kind of looking like that. Tesla being the one that is investing a little bit more in defending the 2-base side with an anti-air and now a tank. Red James barely made an anti-air like 4 turns too late, and now a mech and a second mech. Sacrificing a lot of penguins to stop captures. It is also reducing the amount of infantry here from Tesla, but yeah, just having less even base keeping over here. And now he is able to get that side slip. Was able to, yeah, just from these engagements, he was able to get it. He's not able to, let's see. Okay, he gets a plus movement there with the infantry, which is also stopping this capture to break through, and then gets the attack there with a tank. But it won't have anything to sit on that base though. Okay, but it does have an artillery. Anti-air cannot attack copter. The mech, I mean, yeah, it's a nice little position for Tesla and very awkward for Red James, honestly. Gonna get some first strikes over there. Just classic +1 things from Adder. double anti-air, so really doubling down on the defense here from Tesla. I think he really wants to save the 2-base, trying to do a little bit of both, trying to overrun the 2-base from James and trying to defend his own 2-base with a bunch of anti-airs. This tank can go and attack that though. This artillery can be taken out by double copter. So it is looking, and he does obviously get Market Crash after that turn from Tesla. So he's gonna go ahead and take out. Okay, this one is gonna live, but yeah, injuring that, dropping it down to 2. Now this makes it really awkward. Like this artillery has to clear this tank, and then like you have to kill. Okay, you can kill this copter, but there's just a lot of copters, and if you don't have enough anti-air and there are tanks to smack at your anti-airs, it just makes it really complicated. Over here, just kind of pokes at the artillery, tries to take down the tank with the mech, so by standing on the base, so less production. Pretty much just produced 1 infantry this turn on this base, and last turn he also produced just 1. What was it? 1 infantry as well, or was it a mech? I think he made a mech. So yeah, just kind of foregoing a little bit this area, or trying to defend with as little as possible. He might be confident that he can overrun this and defend this with as little as possible. It's pretty crazy. I hadn't looked until just now, but if you look at the income, it is pretty wild. You would assume that Sasha would be so much further ahead in income, but Tesla is actually 23 to 16k, so that's a pretty massive difference. It seems like he has he never lost this city, and yeah, I don't know. There's just way more cities. There's 7 cities more that Tesla has that Red James doesn't. So pretty wild. Let's see. Red James is gonna take out the artillery. He's gonna. Okay, and he's the other tank. So yeah, the anti-airs are neutralized over here. These copters can now kind of roam free. Not much that they're gonna do to the copters. He probably doesn't even need to bring this other copter, this tank. He can probably just bring them down here and start maybe helping out the 2-base. This does look kind of lost though. If he makes an anti-air, this tank is in range. So it looks like they're gonna trade both of their 2-bases. And from all of this, like Red James has the 2 com towers, and Tesla has been with only 1 since he never got this one. Okay, the tank actually goes and attacks the infantry. I think it's to... I guess it's just to take out the infantry, but also block this anti-air from attacking any copter. And look at that, you're gonna block this anti-air with a copter itself. But yeah, that's definitely gonna guarantee this capture. Like, if not, maybe this guy could take out this, and then this guy takes out the infantry, something like that. So some blocking was needed over here. This is all gonna fall. Boom, a 1 HP infantry is gonna sit there, but nothing that can take it out. That's gonna take it out, and that is also... Oh, okay, that was not taken out. So maybe this anti can go and take out this infantry. That would be hilarious. So more copters, so many copters, and starting to catch up a little bit on that income by the Red James, but income is going to be all over the place, because look at all these captures that are going to be going through in the 2-base areas. This income is just going to go wild right now. It's going to go up and down. So there you go, even the base goes down. This should also go... Okay, he does not go for the roll there, so he's just going to give up. He could have gone maybe for the roll, and then... I mean, was it in range? It was at 1, right? Yeah, it was in range. Okay, decided not to go for the... Oh, why is it not dying? Okay, there you go. He didn't go for the roll. I thought maybe he could do that and then make a medium tank or neo tank, but if you've watched the other video, it's probably not worth it, because it just gets trapped by copters, and it's just such a huge investment that you might as well want it somewhere else, right? So instead he's gonna make a copter, double tank, and yeah, that's it. because he only has these 2 bases to build on. These 2 are occupied. These 2 like are in the process of flipping over. This map is crazy. So now all this is done. These copters can now go south to take that stuff out. So he's gonna get market crash. So no more charge for Tesla. Gonna get some first strikes. And looking okay. Like even after this whole being down on income for so long, you can look at the unit count and look at the unit value, and it's looking pretty good for the Red James. Even this position, you got 3 copters, you got an artillery now built, double tank. You don't have that many over here. No charge, or very little for Tesla really. He might get some charge here, but I don't know. All in all, it's looking a little bit better for the Red James. He just has to catch up in income, but after they kind of flip around all his stuff, it's going to be pretty even. So if this happens, if the map does get unmixed, like it's happening right now, and they just like the front is just this tiny area and this tiny area, then I would 100% benefit Sasha, like 1,000,000%. The only scenario where Adder can do a little bit better is in mixed space. He usually gets a little bit better there. Sometimes it's pushed to tier 3, as I've said before. But yeah, this kind of scenario is not very ideal for Tesla. So he needs to find some, I don't know, some tactics or something. Get an early power, or I mean early. There's been already like 5 or something. I don't know. He needs to find some breakthrough with that +1, or Red James not be careful enough. But he is being pretty careful. Like, no tank is in range over here. The Santa can sit over there. He does have the power ready, so he does have to position stuff. Like, this is in range, but it can be taken out by an anti-air. There's also this other copter. There's just an overwhelming number of copters as well from James. Only 2 from Tesla are in position. So let's see what Tesla decides to do. He goes in with 2 copters to take out 1. Okay. Now he uses the side slip. So he's gonna take that out, which enables this. I mean, yeah, this was enabled with the extra movement. Now tank can attack from the city. This other tank reaches with extra movement. So took out 2 tanks with little to no counter damage. And gonna position the artillery as well as blocking here the anti-air, so that any anti-air, well, I guess no, there's no anti-air in range of these copters, but this tank could attack this anti-air, and now it's protected by his artillery. I don't think there's a way for James to take out this anti-air. If like maybe tank, copter, but I don't think it takes it out, and even then it's a bit too much of an investment. So now all of a sudden there's a lot of vehicles. Tesla went in and took out 3, right? He took a copter and 2 tanks with little to no counter damage. And now he's making a tank to deter this anti-air. Just kind of try to hold this area, and yeah, just went for a nice little attack here and traded down that amount of vehicles from Sasha, from James. He's gonna get market crash. He actually goes for the attack there. He is gonna take it out and goes for the copter attacks. Okay, so he's gonna try to take those out. Gonna be annoying and sit on this airport. So trying to go somewhat of a air supremacy kind of. Or air superiority, not supremacy. Air superiority kind of approach, but there's still 2 copters more from Tesla. He is blocking this, so maybe a bit more fighting plus a few more copters and anti-airs will make James have that air superiority that he wants to. So he's gonna take that out, start capturing there. We're just gonna engage with all these copters. Okay, takes those out. There's still 3 more, and there's an anti-air, so it can go either way. It can go either way. Unit value wise, it's looking pretty nice for Tesla though. Income disparity pretty high, but now all his stuff is gonna flip around. So boom, boom, boom. Look at that, boom. Now he's ahead. So there's still. I think that's actually pretty much it. He'll also get this next turn. So if he's able to hold, he just has to kind of hold it. Maybe he's brawling a bit too much over here, but he's using some nice terrain. He's staying away from the artillery. He's gonna take that out, although in range of artillery, I guess there are no copters, but Okay, never mind. So, side slip. This is just a very messy match, honestly. But it's all about those tactics. Tesla's gonna actually go and stop this capture. There was no... After that anti went down, there's no other ones or copters, so that copter that was made this turn is able to get some free damage. It's just an infantry, but it can add up. Red James is gonna want to defend the city from getting flipped next turn. Like, he can start capturing and then put the artilleries behind it. It can get awkward. And now this tank is gonna wrap around, extra movement, attacks the artillery, gonna take out the copter. Probably gonna... Okay. Ooh, okay, interesting. Positions. I guess it protects... Okay, that's nice. It protects this tile. So this tank, if it attacks the anti, it gets attacked by the artillery. And there's another anti. So really doubling down on those air defenses, because he doesn't have the copter numbers. And now has overwhelming unit count over here. So all of a sudden, after a few turns, after 2 powers from Tesla, he's now winning this overall brawl. Like, Red James has to pull back, I think. Like, there's just way too many. You have what, 4 tanks, 2 antis, an artillery, copter, and you have 1.5 tanks, 2 copters. Like, it's just not enough. So he's gonna need like something bigger, maybe like a medium tank or something. But he just needs more numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a medium tank. Okay, no, tank copter. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna look good. Like, this trade is just gonna keep going downwards. He's gonna lock down the city there. Tank goes unpunished from last turn. Not gonna allow that capture from going through. He's gonna finish off some of these injured units, and yeah, just winning technically over here. Even makes a rocket. Not really sure why. Maybe to slowly move forward. I guess in 2 turns he can lock down the base. So next time he moves here, and then moves here, and then does 2, 4, 5. So it locks down the base. First time I've seen Tesla make a rocket. Actually, no. I've seen him get into really stally boards, and then he makes stuff like that. But yeah, GG. The Red James calls it. He taps out. Just the brawl in this area. It was looking pretty good for the Red James after the trade, the base trade. I think maybe he thought he could just brawl it out in this area and win, but it ended up being much better for Tesla. Those powers enabled some good tactics, extra firepower, just extra movement. It sometimes is kind of awkward or just kind of hard to prep for that extra movement, so it's such an annoying power. And yeah, I think just getting a little bit caught off guard there. He was doing fine, and then he probably could have just held back, just like defend in these chokes and stall it out as Sasha, and just accumulate units and indirects, and that kind of game that a lot of people don't like to play. But it would have been probably the winning move for James as Sasha here, since it's no longer mixed. So no more benefits for Tesla. You know, there's not much that a +1 movement can do in a big wally state. Usually +1 is more for brawls, where you can find little holes here, there, and everything can attack everything, and all of a sudden a tank that was all the way over there can now engage on this other front. That's where plus movement really excels, not in like wall against wall kind of thing. So I think Red James, maybe he doesn't want to stall it out, maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in that, and so he thought he could brawl it out and win. He was doing better, but Tesla showing that he's really good at tactics. Let's just say that. He's just really good at tactics. He will find those breakthroughs and those kills. So that turn where he took out 2 tanks and 1 copter almost for free was really strong. That kind of turned around the tide of the vehicle count for both, and then it was a downward spiral from there. So let's move on to the 3rd and last match. Okay, for the 3rd and last match, we have the one and only Starflash against Tesla. This is gonna be epic. This map is amazing. It's called Vein Galore, another mixed base map. I guess they've all been mixed base, so a good showcase of how the adder can shine in these setups, right? As long as he can keep it unmixed. No, as long as he can keep it mixed, it's always gonna benefit him, I think. And again, tier 1. against Starflash. In this case, I think also he was trying to even the playing field a little bit, and again going for Sasha. It is definitely going to be the CO that is going to be the, how do you say, the least difficult in tier 1 for Adder to face. So Starflash and Tesla have faced many times. This is just one of them. So in this map, a lot of times it happens that you base trade this base right here because it's pretty weak. You know, it's enclosed by these mountains. You got the air support, you got the 2 base, you can wrap around, you can block it off, bring artilleries, take it out with a bomber or copters. So that can happen. And I think that that's something that Tesla should try to aim not to go for, right? Again, try to keep it mixed, get that sidestep going, and try to win tactically. But again, he is going to have to try to go for some greedy cap. So he's going to skip this capture right here. He's probably going to go for this one maybe. They don't go for this chain over here where all people do, they skip and they go for this. So we'll see what else. Okay, yeah, he does go for that. By the way, guys, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Give a like to the video. You know, as I always say, keeping that engagement going, reducing the ratio between engagement and views is one of the most important things on YouTube, because that's all that the algorithm really cares about. So yeah. Anyways, back to the game. So now we have this infantry over here. We got the tank build over here, classic, that points right straight at this infantry right here. So Tesla could go for a little boom, double hit KO there next turn. So we'll see if Starflash decides to finish the capture or pull back. Okay, he does actually finish it. He decides to make a tank over here. There's a mech here from Tesla. This will probably be to... it doesn't really protect much. Maybe it can come over here or protect. Oh, I guess it's gonna protect against this. So let's see. Maybe he can go for this capture instead and then put the mech here. But now this tank instead, it actually went for this area. Oh, so it's gonna try to stop this infantry from going for this capture. Doesn't really, you know, he's just gonna ignore this mech over here and makes a tank over here to defend from that tank. And interesting little thing, he could have done this, but instead he's gonna stop this capture to attack from here, and then probably gonna start capturing here. Oh no, he goes for the capture. Okay, he's just gonna defend the tank with another tank, pretty much. Sasha's the only CO in the tier that doesn't have extra stats in the day-to-day. So until that happens, until any power comes into play, they're both at the same firepower. The only thing is that Starflash is gonna have that extra income. You can see like Starflash already has 3 tanks. Well, I guess Tesla is gonna have another one right now. But no, he's actually gonna make some more mechs. He's gonna save up some funds. But I mean, that can get really awkward really fast. Like Tesla has 2 tanks against 3 at the beginning of Starflash's turn. I mean, yeah, you have 2 mechs, but that is rough. Like all of his tanks are over here. He's gonna pretty much give up this. Like, yeah, this tank is gonna attack. This tank could get blocked in here with this infantry. This is gonna get interrupted. Mech could go and take it out. And tank actually doesn't go for the tank attack. Instead, it goes for the infantry attack. Maybe Starflash doesn't want to just go for value. Just doesn't want to go for like tank. And instead just wants to take out infantry because there isn't that many over here, and so it's really going to slow down the captures from Tesla. Like this one would have wanted to go over there. He's already stopped his own capture, right? So this is really hurting his economy over here. But this is going to wrap around and attack there, and then oh man, this Tesla guy. Oh wow, he stops the freaking city flip so that this tank cannot protect this tank. Wow. There goes a copter that doesn't need, like, this tank doesn't need protection, but it can still wrap around here. Yeah, this infantry cannot be taken down. Now this tank is so sad. I'm sure Starflash was counting on this infantry from finishing the capture. He did not expect that from happening. And yeah, this happened. This got trapped. Now this mech is going to be in range to shoot at this tank. And there's even an artillery also, so he could like he can attack here, then attack the infantry, bring the artillery, and kind of finish this off if he wants to. Okay, he's gonna take out that infantry, double tank anti-air to protect from an incoming copter. But overall, like, look at that, the unit value. I think you can start to see how those funds, those extra funds from Sasha, are paying off. But this stuff like this is exactly what Tesla wants. Get that high value trade, right? A 3k value worth unit takes out a 7k. That's exactly what he needs to even it out again, right? Because Sasha is just getting free funds. She's just getting free money. He's even gonna get a few attacks. I think he's not gonna be able to get side slip, so Starflash can use market crash if he wants to. I'd say he doesn't even go for this. It's actually gonna go for this area, probably to defend this com tower cap. Just look at the amount of infantry in this area from Starflash. He's been pumping out so many vehicles here that he just doesn't have a lot of infantry. He has this guy. This one is pretty much dead. So he has like 2 infantry and loads of captures still to go. Desert also want to protect here. He doesn't have his com tower. He doesn't have any com tower. So only Starflash has 1. So currently Starflash is ahead on the com tower count, which is pretty important because look at how broad it is. That extra firepower is going to matter a lot. And there goes the market crash. He definitely wants to use it. Ooh, doesn't get the KO there. Okay. Sacrifices to stop this from capturing. Again, more economic damage. He's been doing a lot of that in this game. A little bit here where he kind of lost a tank, but it's fine. He has a few more tanks. He's Sasha. He can be fine. He's also going to go for this, so no way to stop it. No way that Tesla can stop this from going down, so that's going to be a pretty big deal. He's pretty much ahead on income, but Tesla is going to get a few captures. I think it's not going to be enough. There goes the tank goes down. So a nice value. That's like a 7k. Like this mech is still well and alive, right? It's at 9 health. So that mech paid for itself and double and more. So a very good mech right there. And Tesla's gonna probably try to keep playing in this area, blocking this tile from the space. So all these have to wrap around. It's gonna make it really awkward. Eventually this artillery can come and lock down the space. That's gonna make it really awkward. Gonna take out okay, it doesn't take it out, but it's gonna block that in. More mechs, and just goes for an attack there. Finally going for the com tower, and one of the few tiles that the copter can be safe. Kind of protecting this infantry as well, but Starflash can probably go with a tank here and interrupt this. I'll have to see. I'm pretty sure that Starflash here should be pretty happy with just brawling it out. Like, he can get those market crash going. Currently has the com tower, which Tesla doesn't have, so he'll have the upper hand in the firepower department. But what Tesla does have going for him, the only thing is this: he does have the nice position over here. He was able to tactically kind of beat Starflash in this area. So now he's blocked off. This makes it really awkward. But Starflash does have a pretty big amount of vehicles. We'll see what Tesla does here, but anti-air is saved. All anti-air is also safe. He could go and take out some of these tanks. He does have quite a few copters, but yeah, we'll have to see. So side slip. Oh, okay, side slip. Yeah, yeah, that anti-air is not safe, but he does have another one. So he does go for this city flip over here. There's no infantry from Starflash, so I don't think he's going to want to send one of these vehicles to interrupt. So this is probably going to go through, and a few more captures as well. Kind of winning the infantry fight by Tesla, right? Yeah, 19 infantry against 15 while still Tesla's turn. So infantry numbers looking very healthy for Tesla. There goes the artillery lock. This is like ding, 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 ding. Alarm bells ringing in Starflash's base right here. That does not look very good. If this would have been a mech, maybe, but it still couldn't have been because it would have gotten shot down by copters and whatnot. So a very precarious situation over here for Starflash. That anti-air ended up going down by these two tanks. Injured tank, injured this other one. So there's only this healthy tank, this other one, and this anti-air. So anti-air could go and take out this copter. And maybe you keep brawling, but it is kind of in range of this base and this airport. So not sure how much you want to keep investing, since there's also not much more coming from this area. Maybe you just want to take your losses. But no, he's going to double down. He's going to take those out and going to finish off that tank. And okay, actually takes that infantry from Tesla. He's going to start his own comm tower cap. Very ambitious. But it is going to force a tank from Tesla to interrupt this when it would want to go attack here. And slowly, this is something that I really like. This is something that I really like, and I think very few people do this. I really like when you might be brawling a lot on one area, and on the other you're not. You just have infantry, but you're able to sneak by one artillery. This is great. Like by Starflash, keeping something still, like keeping one card in your hand. Like this is what he has. This is going to be his slow push. He's going to try to defend here. He actually makes a Neo tank to withstand the attack from the artillery, and with the power on, so extra defense. He's going to try to get. He has one. Gonna get two, maybe three towers, and Tesla not going to have. He has no towers. Tesla's fighting with 0 firepower. Well, 100. Copters are going to go and attack. We're going to go and take out that, but all those copters are safe from this other anti-air, so. There goes. He shoots at it one time. This is going to repair, so that's an expensive new tank. But it's probably fine. Well, let's see if he goes and interrupts. It's not protected by his artillery. Oh, he does not attack the anti-air. Okay, so I think Starflash is going to be happy to just go and trade one of these. I think the idea behind this from Tesla is to just make sure that this new tank cannot wrap around. That there's nothing that Starflash can use to take out this infantry, right? Maybe like the tank or this one, maybe you could clear and then the new tank can go free. Tesla's trying to make sure that does not happen. Yeah, even if you take this out, there's no way to clear these and this. So good job there by Tesla, and he has a very focused game plan, right? You can really see what his strategy and his approach. You're really exploiting the map features, and he actually did give up the city. He's just gonna turtle up a little bit with his infantry. Does not make no mech, no nothing. So this artillery is slowly creeping up with his infantry. He's gonna go for a few shots, and he has a bunch of towers. He has 1, 2, 3 towers. He has 130 firepower. Oof. This new tank, what did it shoot at? Sorry that I'm going back, but okay. Took out an infantry. Not very exciting. But look at that damage. 8-4 in a city. Gonna do 8-4 there. Now gets the market crash to reduce that charge. And not a lot of other fights to be taking place. So not looking like Tesla's gonna get that power. If you look at that unit value, 100 to 70, like it's a pretty big difference. The income is pretty high though. But this is what's happening right here. So that's gonna get taken out. If he I think this anti should probably be somewhere around here. Maybe somewhat tricky, but this is gonna get locked away. Like this would have wanted to wrap around and take out this copter. And yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna make it so that... Is there a way that Starflash can clear this though? Maybe copter has to like kind of block this in or something. Yeah, somehow block. Because now I think tank, and then this anti could take this out. And now this is kind of impossible. So there's no way that this anti-air can wrap around now. Yeah, look at Tesla just like sacrificing copters just in order to block units. Like this guy is he's the king of tactics. It's incredible. The blocking, it's just amazing. And Starflash just going ham over here with his infantry. They're on a mission. They're starting this capture. It is gonna force a vehicle. Starflash, instead of like, okay, it's like fine, whatever. You're locking down my base. It's locked down. Whatever. I'm just gonna go and take out both of your copters. A big amount of value. Look at that, boom. Look at that charge going up. So just going for a big trade here, double Neo tank buy here, and to be honest, there's not a whole lot here from Tesla. As long as Starflash can hold this, like, he can just be a little bit chill in these areas, and I think he should be pretty fine. 100 to 60,000 unit value. Gonna try to make sure this is protected. Although, if I know Tesla, I know he might get a Sidewinder. Maybe Starflash is not seeing that, but yeah, that could be pretty dangerous right there. Nothing to protect it either. So just keeps rolling a little bit here. Tesla being a little bit careful with his HQ. I think funneling some troops over here to this area to protect the one base area. But he's most definitely going to go for that Sidewinder, I'm sure. He's going to go for some attacks, gets the charge, and there you go, gets the Sidewinder. Tank is gonna... Okay, we're gonna take out the antis that took out the copters. Will he go for another shot here? He's gonna charge into all these infantry that had been brawling, now are a little bit exposed, and now he's gonna trade one of the cop towers. He does have one, so they'll now have 2 and 2 most likely. And yeah, tank goes and attacks the artillery. Yeah, does get the KO because of the 120 and no extra defense from Sasha. And now this whole little push by Starflash doesn't look scary anymore because that artillery got taken down. That's why it's so important to make sure that artillery does not get hurt, because that's some nice little pressure. But now that this got shut down, this Neo tank is probably going to keep being locked down. I think you have to spend 2 Neo tanks to take out this copter, so not worth it. So we'll see. He does that. Tesla does actually not go to interrupt here. It's very funny that this city goes through right in front of the base. Is he gonna go for this city? Imagine he goes for this. Oh, okay. He uses both Neo tanks to clear the copter. Wow. He was like, I am getting my base back. Just gonna sit that answer on the city. I mean, on the airport. And yeah, just has to pull back. Not much to be done here. Makes a copter. Okay, it gets taken down. I think now finally Starflash will have this area, but he's still being blocked over here. Like Tesla's still, I don't know how many days it's been, but he's still holding this single tile, which prevents Starflash from accessing this area. Like Tesla has now gotten this city. He'll be getting this city next turn. Now these 2 vehicles and this infantry can go wild. He's able to flip this just because this artillery was injured. So that nice little momentum that Starflash had in this area got shut down just because of probably not being aware of the Sidewinder and that the tank could hit that artillery right there. He's actually not gonna finish that. He's gonna switch over to that other seat and just put a 3 HP. Hate to see it. You hate to see it. Just a 3 HP infantry blocking a freaking Neo tank. It hurts. And I got artillery here, got this artillery behind the river. This looks like some campaign kind of stuff, just locked, just protected by rivers and a mech. Man, this guy. Starflash getting those cities. Well, yeah, this one was denied actually. He's gonna fight over here, I'm gonna break through, and he's gonna invest all these vehicles to take out that artillery that has been shooting at these Neo tanks for so long. So many good repair costs there for Starflash. He is gonna try to flip this counter maybe, but yeah, slowly has to repair this artillery. Makes another one. Yeah, it's sad that this city is now gonna go down, but now this artillery, like, yeah, exposing all of these is I don't know, kind of questionable maybe, and just gives a lot of value. Now the Neo tank gets taken out with the artillery and the mech, and the Neo tank is trapped again. Oh no. Man, this guy, what is up with this Tesla and his blocking and his trapping? What are these baits that he's able to set up? And this Neo tank is gonna get shot at again by another artillery. Oh man, if you guys ever face Tesla, you have to be careful. He's just so good at blocking, and now this Neo tank, I don't know why Starflash just did that again. Just taking out a mech with a new tank, but onto this artillery range. Maybe he's just having fun, honestly. He does take his Global League matches much more like relaxed. The one that you want to fear is Tournament Starflash. Global League Starflash, like, he's still really amazing, but he does kind of just play for fun and kind of practice his stuff. But Tournament Starflash is dangerous. So artillery actually does not shoot at the Neotank, actually shoots at this anti-air, so it won't do too much damage to this copter. And again, he's gonna block over this tile. It's just so annoying. And getting all these captures now, this putting Tesla ahead now on that income. He's also gonna regain this and slowly regain the comm tower. He could potentially in a few turns be threatening the HQ as well, since there isn't that many units. That unit count from Starflash is hurting so much. Now let's see, he's gonna take that out and okay. And okay, yeah, just cleared a few units, a little bit of positioning, and decides to tap out. That unit count lead, just the position as well, just losing momentum and just getting trapped so many times. It's looking very, very dire. I think it could have been fine in this area. The thing is that now Tesla can also start threatening the HQ, so Starflash would have to send troops from the 2 base over to this area when he wants to send some over this area. So yeah, it's looking kind of dangerous. So GG, really well played by Tesla in all these 3 games. It's funny because all of these 3 games kind of finished at the same, like around the same time, and they were all against really good players. And yeah, I just wanted to bring them to you guys just to showcase how this guy is. He truly is beating top players with just Adder at any tier. Granted, Sasha is probably not the best tier 1 in any of these maps, so they try to level the playing field there a little bit, which is probably like the 3rd or 4th time that I've said that in this video overall. But still, like, it's still tier 1 against tier 4. And besides the CO matchup disparity and everything, I think it's just a great showcase of Tesla's tactics, just how he's able to, I think, kind of bait you. He's able to set up stuff to bait you into thinking, oh, this is a good engagement, I'll take this trade. And then it actually isn't. And he'll take a better engagement, he'll get the power and gets a better trade, or he'll trap your units, and then in the next 3 or 4 turns, he'll be able to get the upper hand. Like we saw that here with the mech, like the whole trapping of the tank, mech takes out the tank, great value there. Trapping here with the base, the little interrupts, the self interrupts of the captures to make sure that he blocks the right tile so that the tank can't attack here or there. Just insane tactics, super clean. Just so amazed at what this guy can do tactically. It is so entertaining to watch, honestly. So yeah, it's been amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long. It's probably like an hour or so long, the video, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Let's keep that engagement going for the channel. And yeah, let me know what you think about these like 3-part kind of videos. I hope I know I had to kind of speed through a little bit through the matches, but I just kind of wanted to show you some of these really big names that Tesla has been beating recently with just freaking Adder. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.